Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Lupita, owner and creator of Maya's Creations. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe in the button below and click the bell next to it so you get notified every time one of my videos goes up. So, in today's tutorial, I want to show you guys how to make a gnome tumbler, like a 3D tumbler. It was my first time making this type of tumbler, so I wanted to share with you guys how I did it. There was some trial and errors, or you're gonna see it all on this video. And let me show you how it looks. Isn't he so cute? He is a little bee. We got some little bees going on. And I added the little curvature of like the hat, you know how it's like hanging. So I wanted to add that as well, because I've seen some gnome tumblers that only have like the little hat. It doesn't include this, so I thought including it was gonna be so cute. Love it. So if you guys want to learn how to make a cute little gnome like this, keep on watching. So we're gonna start with a clean tumbler. It's a 25-ounce football shaped tumbler, and then we're gonna use the air dry clay. I used the white color. We're gonna start with a little hat. So let's take a piece of our clay and start kneading it. There you go. So when I say trial and error, guys, this is what I mean, because I cannot, like, for the life of me, figure out how to do this. I am sorry, my video is gonna be a little bad. I kept getting off of this camera, like, you know what I mean. I was off camera quite a bit, and yeah, I didn't realize that until after I started editing my video, so I apologize in advance. I know it's gonna be bad in some places, but here I was trying to start with the top of the hat, and I honestly just realized that it was not working. Like, I looked at it and I was like, what is this? What am I doing? So I'm gonna take this off and let's start all over again. So now I'm gonna start with the nose. So I just made a little ball and then I placed it on my tumbler to see where I wanted my nose to be and how low I wanted my hat to be. So after I did that, I set my tumbler aside and then I grabbed another piece of clay. I kneaded it, and then I'm gonna start like rolling it. So we want to roll the clay, make it like a little worm, and this is where like our nose, you know guys, I just realized I've been saying like a lot. Like, what is my problem? Anyways, so let's roll it out, and our nose is gonna come in handy because that's where we're gonna start placing our little worm or the seam of our hat. Okay, so again, I apologize so very much for being out of frame, but I did what I could, you know, like I need to start moving my camera a little up more so I'm always within frame. But here's where I start to place the seam of my hat. And that's why we need our nose first. And then I started to just shape it, you know, like place it how low I wanted my hat to go. And then I don't want to press too much on the little worm or the seam because I don't want it to be flat. I still want it to look a little round, not perfect, but I still want it for it to look round. And in my case, I thought it was a little too chunky, so I started like rolling it on the tumbler, you know, work with what I have. So here it is. Look how cute it's looking. Right? Yep. Let's blend in. We gotta blend in that seam because we don't want that to show. So let's blend it in. I could have gone like my finger wet so I could blend it in better, but I just didn't think of that at the moment. Okay, we're learning as we go. So now we're gonna start pinching the inside of our seam of the hat, like pinch it in so it sticks to our tumbler, okay? So we're gonna remove our little nose. I'm just gonna let you watch, guys, for a little bit. I should close my cake hole for a little bit. So I'm going to speed up the video, but pretty much you're gonna see me like blend in my hat, the seam of the hat, and then I'm gonna start pinching in so it sticks to the hat, to the tumbler, okay? So now that that's done, let's start with the little back piece of our hat, like the part that's hanging. Again, like I mentioned before, this is a trial and error tumbler, and I'm showing you guys as I go. So I started with like this piece of clay, and I was like making it flat in my hands and kneading it, and I mean, it looked like a hot mess, to be honest, okay? It was not my best work, okay? So I thought that if I made it flat, it was gonna look nice. So I kept kneading and flattening it, and it was not looking cute at all. So I tried it on the tumbler, like this, see? And I was like, what is this? It does not look cute. It does not look like the back part of a hat. It just looks like, I don't know. Honestly, looks like a turd. But so after I realized that it was not okay, I just decided to rip this thing off of my tumbler because it was not cute. And I started from the beginning. I just took the piece of clay, I made it into this long triangle shape, and I left it like fat, like a little fatty. Here's where I was out of frame, so I just skipped to the ending. I apologize. It was very out of shape, so I didn't want to put you guys through that. But I grabbed another piece of clay, and this one was smaller, and I just made a little small ball to go at the end of our hat. And then here you just see me making my hat flat so you couldn't see those ridge edges. Again, if you want to be able to handle it better, just wet your fingers and it will work just perfect. But this is how it looked after I made that square fatty piece, and I just like worked it down and try to shape it into a hat. I mean, it worked, right? It looks okay. Not my best work, but I like it. It turned out okay. So after this, we're gonna take another piece of clay, okay? So now that we have this, we're gonna grab our nose, put it right there, and we're gonna, I'm gonna add a beard to my gnome. And I actually want my beard to be a 3D beard. So let's grab our piece. And yeah, it was a lot of trial and error with this tumbler, but it's okay. I'm up for challenges, and so are you. So now I'm kneading my clay, and this one I did made it flat. I made it flat, and I just like slapped it into my tumbler like so. And I wasn't sure if I wanted to have my nose while I was doing the beard or take down the nose and then just put the beard on and then figure out the nose later. So I decided that I was just gonna flatten this thing out, made it as long and as like thin as possible, and I kept measuring to make sure that it was gonna be the right size for my tumbler. And then I removed my nose, and now I'm gonna place it on the tumbler, and then I'm gonna give it that beard shape. And I'm sorry again, once again, I'm out of frame, but I'm pretty much shaping here. See, as you can see, I'm like pressing down and shaping my beard. And soon we'll see how it looks. So now, here you go. Now just press it down, pull it down, press it, pull it, press it, pull it. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, trust the process. And I don't care about the outside of the beard because, you know, we want to make it as realistic as possible. So I just left it like that. And I know you can see like all my fingerprints all over this beard, but we're going to fix that. So don't worry about that, okay? Okay. So now we're going to grab our nose. We're going to put it on top of our beard and we're going to trace it so we can remove that little piece and our nose can sit right in there. So here we go. We're removing that. Okay, we're getting somewhere. So now that we're done that, let's make our beard smooth so we can give it some texture, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and speed this process up, but I'm gonna see if I can try to talk over it, okay? So you see me here just removing extra clay, just making it smooth. And on this part I did grab some water with my fingers, and then I did started to smooth out my beard just because I want it smooth and so I can give it more texture in the future or like the next frames. So you see that little piece of that little tool, my yellow tool, that's what I'm going to use to give it the texture, okay? Now that it's all smooth and our nose is where it's supposed to be, let's start giving it some texture. So here's my little tool and I just started making lines down my beard. And it's okay if you see those little pieces come up. It's the beauty of giving it texture. So we want those little pieces to be up there. Okay, and just there's no rhyme or reason for this. Just randomly do lines down, squiggle it down. You want this beard to be as realistic as it can be, okay? So let's do that. And once again, I'm just gonna speed up the process because I don't want to bore you guys. Alright guys, so we're just gonna start painting the hat. It's gonna be a bee hat. So I grabbed a small thin brush and I grabbed my black paint because that's what I'm gonna use to guide my lines. Anything that had to go wrong with this video went wrong. I was struggling to get my paint out of my bottle. I recorded this section of the video the vertical way instead of horizontal way. I don't know what was going on with me today, but I tried it and it worked out, okay? So I'm just gonna finish up tracing my lines and we're gonna start painting black. Unfortunately, I did not record it when I was painting the yellow part, but you will see me paint the black section. Take your time, it's not a rush. It's gonna come out beautiful. trust me, okay? Trust the process. So I'm gonna go ahead and speed it up, and I'll see you very soon. Alright guys, so I am back. I am done finished painting the hat. Let me refocus here because I've been having issues with my camera. Anyways, so hopefully I'll be in frame from now on, but we're gonna repaint these yellow stripes because they're looking a little funky, and then after that we'll paint the beard and the nose. But yeah, enjoy my painting, and hopefully I'm within frame this time, okay? Okay. All right, I'll see you in a little bit. Hey guys, I'm back. So here is our little gnome all painted and looking all cute. I added the little hand and the honey thing. I don't know what it's called, but it looks cute. So I had this bright idea that I was gonna, do the glitter hat. So you guys, I've been saying this a lot throughout the video. This was a trial and error gnome. And so here's another little trial that I tried to do and did not work out in my favor. So I tried to do the glitter on the hat. So you here see me applying some Mod Podge, and then I'm gonna apply the glitter, and guys, big mistake. So if you want to do lines like this on your gnome hats, don't do the glitter part. No. Did I say no? Okay, no. I did the whole glitter thing. It was a complete mess. I did not like it. There was glitter everywhere on my gnome. And definitely do not recommend. So do not do this step. And you're probably wondering, well, why did you add it on your video? Okay, I added it on my video so you know what not to do, okay? Don't make the same mistakes I do. So that's why I'm doing it. Anyways, so I'm gonna finish up here with the glittering of this lovely hat. And then what I did was I did a coat of epoxy over the hat after it was a hot mess. And then you'll see what I did next, because I did not like this at all. So after my epoxy was dry, I went ahead and was like, no, I did not like how it turned out. So I repainted the hat after I had epoxy it. Yep, I did that because I did not like it. So you're wondering, how long did you wait for your clay to dry before you epoxy it? I usually wait about 3 hours, because if you wait longer than that, it's gonna start cracking. So we don't want your 3D designs to crack, so let's just wait a little bit, okay? So now that it's cute, I went ahead and epoxy it again. And what I did this time is I epoxied the body of my tumbler first, and then after I was done with that, I added this really fine glitter that is very sparkly. It's called Twilight, and I added that into my epoxy, and then I put it on just on the hat, and that's how I got my hat to be glittery. So if you want to do any designs on your hat that include different colors, I would suggest that you add like a sparkly glitter to the epoxy just for the hat. So now that I did that and explained that, let's add some bees, some 3D effect to our tumbler. So I am using the UV resin, and then I bought this little bees on Amazon. I'll leave the link in the description box. So if you guys want to try the bees or want to try this tumbler and you want to get the bees, you can get them from Amazon, and you can also get the UV resin and the UV light from the Amazon. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and speed this up, and we'll see you next. Alright guys, so I'm finishing up with my bees. This is how it looks without the bees. So let's go ahead and do one more coat of epoxy and I'll show you the end results. Alright guys, so I hope that my video was helpful. I hope I was able to describe everything step by step clearly, and I can't wait to see how you guys' gnomes turn out. If you do attempt it, don't forget to tag me so I can see it. I would love to see your creations. This is how mine turned out. He is so cute. I'm gonna be working on a Valentine's one. So yeah, I'm excited. I can't believe like I was able to make it. I've been trying for so long to make it. I was just like putting it off, but now he's here and I don't know if I want to let him go, but I hope that I was very clear on how to do it, and I didn't mess up. I mean, I kind of did, but hey, we all make mistakes, right? And we learn from those mistakes. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you like it, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and if you have any comments for me, leave them in the comment section below. Let me know what you want to see next, and yeah, I'm working on my next video, so I will see you then. Bye.